Lisa, look at this. This cereal is so expensive now. Last time it was $3 and now it's $5.
That's crazy. Prices are going up so fast. Every time I come here, it feels like things cost more.
I know. I try to stick to my shopping list, but even basic things are more expensive. It's hard to stay on budget.
Look at this bread. It's $4.50. And it's not even the fancy kind.
I know what you mean. Bread used to be so cheap. Now I only buy it when it's on sale.
Do you check the store's deals? Sometimes I find good discounts on the app.
Yes, I do. Last week I got milk and eggs on sale. It really helps, but I still feel like I'm spending too much.
Same here. Oh, speaking of sales, let's check the pasta aisle. I heard there's a buy one get one deal. Look. 2 for $3. That's a good deal.
Yes, I'll take some too. Pasta is great for quick dinners.
And it lasts a long time, so you don't have to worry about it going bad.
Exactly. Now let's get some sauce. Oh, here it is. Why is this $6? That's more than the pasta.
It's because they know we need it. I usually buy the store brand. It's cheaper and tastes the same.
Good idea. I'll grab the store brand too. It's half the price.
Apples are so expensive now. This one is $1.50.
Maybe it's better to buy a bag. It's $5 for 6 apples. Still pricey, but better than buying one at a time.
True. Oh, look at these bananas. They're only $1.20 a bunch. That's a good deal.
Bananas are always a good buy. And they're great for snacks or breakfast.
I eat them all the time. They're one of the few things that haven't gotten too expensive.
I want some chips, but look at this, $4 for a small bag.
Chips are so overpriced. You're mostly paying for air in the bag.
You're right. I'll skip it this time.
Good call. Let's check out the drinks. I need coffee. $10 for this? That's too much.
Coffee prices have gone up a lot. I've started drinking tea instead. It's cheaper and lasts longer.
Maybe I should try that. I do like tea.
It's worth a try. Plus, there are so many flavors to choose from.
Well, I think I stayed within budget today.
Me too, but it's hard. Even when I buy only what I need, I still spend more than I plan.
Same here. But at least we found some good deals today.
And shopping together makes it more fun.
Definitely. Let's do this again next week. Maybe we can try a different store to compare prices.
That's a great idea. All right, let's check out and head home.
Sounds good. Let's see if we really stayed on budget. Good afternoon, sir. How can I help you?
Hi, I just wanted to talk to you about my stay here. I'm checking out tomorrow, and I thought it'd be good to share my experience.
Of course. I'd love to hear your thoughts. How has your stay been?
Well, overall, it's been good. Your staff has been very friendly and helpful. Every time I had a question or needed something, they were quick to assist me.
Thank you for saying that. We do our best to provide great service.
And the room was very clean when I arrived. The bed was comfortable, and I really liked the big window. It gave a nice view of the city.
I'm glad to hear that. We aim to make our rooms feel cozy and welcoming.
Also, I enjoyed the breakfast. The variety of food was impressive. The fresh fruit, pastries, and coffee were great.
I'm happy you liked it. We tried to offer options for everyone.
However, there were a few things that could be better.
Oh, I see. Please tell me, so we can work on improving.
First, the Wi-Fi in my room was a bit slow. I had trouble loading some work files, and it was frustrating at times.
I'm so sorry about that. We've had a few guests mention the Wi-Fi recently. We're already working on upgrading the system.
That's good to hear. Another thing was the noise. My room was near the elevator, and I could hear it late at night. It wasn't too loud, but it made it hard to fall asleep sometimes.
I understand. I apologize for the inconvenience. Next time, we'll make sure to give you a quieter room away from the elevator.
Thank you, that would be great. Lastly, the gym could use some improvements. A couple of the machines weren't working, and there weren't enough towels available.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. We'll have someone check the machines and make sure the gym is better stocked.
I appreciate that. Despite those small issues, I did enjoy my stay here. The staff really made a difference, and the location of the hotel is perfect.
Thank you so much for your feedback. It's very helpful, and I'm glad to know you had a positive experience overall.
You're welcome. I'd still recommend this hotel to others, and I might stay here again in the future.
That means a lot to us. We hope to see you again, and we'll make sure your next visit is even better.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Safe travels.
So, Sarah, how's your job going? I haven't seen you in a while, and I want to hear all about it.
Oh, it's been good, but also a bit tiring. Working as a teacher is not easy.
I can imagine. What's the hardest part for you?
Honestly, it's managing the kids. I teach fourth grade, and they have so much energy. Sometimes they listen, but other times they just want to play.
That does sound tough. How do you handle it?
Lots of patience and creativity. I try to make lessons fun, like using games or stories. That usually keeps them interested.
That's smart. Kids probably love you for that.
I hope so. What about you, Mark? How's your job?
Well, I work in an office, so it's very different from what you do. I'm a graphic designer, and I spend most of my day in front of a computer.
That sounds interesting. What kind of things do you design?
Mostly ads, posters, and logos. Sometimes I work on websites too. It's fun, but it can also be stressful when there are deadlines.
I get that. Do you like working alone, or do you have a team?
It's a mix. I have a team, but I do a lot of the work by myself. Sometimes I miss having more people around to talk to during the day.
Yeah, that's one good thing about teaching. I'm always surrounded by people, even if they're kids. But it can be overwhelming sometimes.
A bit. Do you ever feel like you need a break?
Oh, all the time. But I really enjoy what I do. Seeing the kids learn and grow makes it all worth it.
That's great. I think it's important to like what you do.
For sure. What about you? Do you enjoy your job?
I do, especially when I'm working on creative projects. But sometimes I wish I could do something more active. Sitting all day isn't the best.
Maybe you can find a hobby that's more active, like going to the gym or taking a class.
That's a good idea. I've been thinking about taking up hiking on the weekends. What about you? Do you have time for hobbies?
Not much, but I try. I love reading, and sometimes I paint. It helps me relax after a long day.
That's cool. Maybe one day you can show me your paintings.
Maybe. And if you start hiking, I'll join you.
Deal. It's good to have something outside of work to look forward to.
Definitely. So, what's your next big project at work?
I'm designing a new website for a small company. It's a big job, but I'm excited about it. What about you? Any big plans for your class?
Yes, we're preparing for a school play. The kids are so excited, and I'm helping them with their lines and costumes.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to see it when it's done.
You're welcome to come. I think the kids would love having an audience.
I'll be there. It sounds like you're doing amazing things, Sarah.
Thanks, Mark. And you're doing great too. We're both working hard in different ways.
True. Let's catch up again soon and share more stories about work and life.
I like that. Next, coffee's on me. Emily, look at this. Remember the night in Paris when we got lost trying to find that little jazz club?
How could I forget? We walked for an hour in the rain, and when we finally found it, it was closed. But honestly, that crepe shop we stumbled into instead? Best decision ever.
Oh, the Nutella crepes were to die for. And that sweet old man who insisted we try his homemade cider.
He even taught us how to say cheers in French. What was it again? Santé?
Yep. Santé. We must have sounded so silly trying to say it right.
And then there was Bali. That sunrise hike up Mount Batter? Hands down one of the best mornings of my life.
Agreed. Standing above the clouds as the sun broke over the horizon, it was like the world had paused for us.
Until you tried to take that perfect selfie and nearly tripped over a rock.
Hey, that rock came out of nowhere. And for the record, the selfie turned out great.
Only because I saved you and the phone from tumbling down the mountain.
You know, Emily, I think Bali was where I realized how much I needed these trips. It's not just about seeing beautiful places, it's about escaping, reconnecting, and finding myself.
Me too. Traveling with you has been more than just fun. It's helped me see the world in ways I never imagined.
And the world is so much bigger than our little corner back home. Remember Tokyo? That crazy rush at Shibuya crossing?
How could I forget? It felt like being in a movie. And the sushi, oh, the sushi. I'll never look at sushi the same way again.
Or ramen. That tiny shop we found where the chef didn't speak a word of English, but we somehow managed to order the most delicious bowls of ramen ever.
Speaking of food, I still think about that pizza we had in Naples. The one that made you cry because it was too perfect.
I did not cry. I just got a little emotional. It was authentic pizza, Emily. A masterpiece.
You're such a foodie. But I get it. That trip to Italy? Pure magic. We've been to so many places, Sophie. And yet, it feels like we've only scratched the surface.
Exactly. The world is so vast, so full of stories waiting to be discovered.
So, where to next?
I was hoping you'd ask. How do you feel about Iceland? Glaciers, waterfalls, maybe even the Northern Lights?
I'm in. Let's do it.
Hi there. Looks like we'll be sharing this table for the trip. I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Daniel. Do you travel by train often?
Not really. This is my first long train trip. What about you?
I've taken a few train rides, but this is the longest one so far. I really enjoy it though.
Me too. It's nice and quiet, and the seats are more comfortable than I expected.
I know, right? And there's so much space to move around. Planes can feel so cramped, but on a train, you can stretch your legs.
Exactly. I also like that you can look out the window and see the scenery. Have you noticed how beautiful it is?
Yes, the trees, fields, and little towns we pass by are so pretty. It's like watching a moving painting.
That's a good way to describe it. Do you have a favorite part of traveling by train?
I think it's the relaxing atmosphere. You can read, listen to music, or just enjoy the ride. What about you?
For me, it's definitely the view. And I like that you can walk to the dining car and grab a snack. Have you been there yet?
Not yet, but I'm planning to go soon. What do they have?
They have sandwiches, drinks, and even some desserts. I got a coffee earlier, and it was pretty good.
That sounds nice. I think I'll get a tea and maybe a muffin. It's fun to have a little treat on the train.
Agreed. So, where are you headed?
I'm going to visit my grandparents. They live a few hours away. What about you?
I'm visiting some friends in the city. It's been a while since I've seen them, so I'm excited.
That's great. Traveling to see family and friends is always nice.
It is. Do you usually take the train when you visit your grandparents?
Not always. Sometimes I drive, but the train is much more relaxing. I don't have to worry about traffic or getting tired.
That's true. Driving can be stressful, especially on long trips.
Exactly. And on the train, you can enjoy the journey instead of just focusing on getting there.
That's a good point. This is my first time choosing the train instead of flying, and I think I made the right decision.
Definitely. Trains are so much less stressful than airports. No long lines or security checks.
And no need to worry about delays as much. Trains usually run on time.
Yes. Plus, you can bring more luggage without paying extra. That's a big bonus for me.
Same here. I brought a big suitcase, and no one even checked how heavy it was.
That's one of the best parts. So, how long is your trip?
About 4 hours. And yours?
A little longer, maybe 5 hours. But I don't mind. The time seems to pass quickly on the train.
True. I've been listening to music and looking out the window, and it feels like we've only been on board for a little while.
Yeah, time flies when you're enjoying the ride.
Well, it's been nice chatting with you, Sarah. This trip feels a lot shorter with someone to talk to.
I agree, Daniel. It's always fun to meet new people.
Maybe we'll run into each other again on another train ride.
Who knows? Safe travels, Daniel.
You too, Sarah. Enjoy your visit with your grandparents.
It's such a nice day today, Alex. I'm glad we decided to come to the park.
Me too, Mia. I love being outside when the weather is good. So, what's your favorite thing to do on days like this?
I think my favorite activity is going for a walk. It's so relaxing to feel the fresh air and look at the trees and flowers.
That's a good choice. Walking is great. I like walking too, but I also enjoy riding my bike. It's fun and a good way to stay active.
Oh, I haven't ridden a bike in years. I should try it again. Do you ride your bike often?
Yes, almost every weekend. Sometimes I ride around the park, and other times I go to the countryside. It's peaceful there.
That sounds amazing. Do you go alone or do you ride with friends?
Both, but I prefer riding with friends. It's more fun when you have someone to talk to. What about you? Do you like doing activities alone or with others?
It depends. For walking, I don't mind being alone. It gives me time to think. But for other things, I prefer being with friends or family.
Like what?
Well, I love playing board games. My family and I play every Friday night. It's our little tradition.
That's so cool. What games do you play?
Mostly simple ones like Monopoly or Uno. But sometimes we try new games. What about you? Do you like board games?
I do, but I don't play them often. I'm more into video games.
Oh, video games are fun too. What kind of games do you like?
I like adventure games and racing games the most. They're exciting, and I can play with my friends online.
That sounds fun. I've played a few racing games before, but I'm not very good at them.
It just takes practice. I wasn't good at first either. Do you have a favorite video game?
Not really. I don't play video games much, but I do like puzzles and word games on my phone.
Those are great too. They're good for the brain.
Exactly. Speaking of activities, do you enjoy sports?
Yes, I like playing soccer. It's my favorite sport.
That's awesome. Are you on a team?
Not right now, but I play with friends at the park sometimes. What about you? Do you like sports?
I'm not very sporty, but I enjoy swimming. It's so refreshing, especially in the summer.
Swimming is great exercise. Do you swim often?
Only in the summer. There's a pool near my house, and I go there whenever I can.
That's nice. I should try swimming more. It's a good way to stay cool and active.
Definitely. So, what's one activity you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
I've always wanted to try rock climbing. It looks challenging but fun.
That does sound fun. I think I'd like to try it too. It's a bit scary though.
Yeah, but I think it's worth it. What about you? Is there something you'd like to try?
I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. Music is so beautiful, and I think it would be amazing to make my own.
That's a great idea. Music is such a good skill to have.
Thanks. Maybe one day I'll take lessons. And maybe one day you'll climb a mountain.
Sounds like a plan. It's good to have goals, right?
Definitely. For now, though, I think I'll just enjoy simple things like walking in the park.
And I'll keep riding my bike. Let's meet here again soon and talk more about our activities.
Deal. Thanks for the chat, Alex. It's always fun talking to you.
Same here, Mia. See you next time.